We're here at Think LA's Mobile Breakfast. I have the pleasure of speaking with Joao Machado. There was a big challenge about around location-based marketing. We're really trying to pinpoint consumers to to the foot, to the yard. Right now, that radius is much bigger than I think a lot of marketers would like. What are some key steps in trying to solve this problem?
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, right now the average measurement is 100 meters, right? So that, if you think about it, I mean, that's well over 300 feet. And from point A to point B, in terms of what you're trying to measure and what you're trying to pull into a store, for instance, that could be an average strip mall on one end of the store to the one end of the mall to the other, for instance, right? And there's a lot of waste that you could associate between that 100-meter tile or whatever it may be. I think what we need to have is in an industry is some standardization. So whether that be the quality of the inventory, whether it be the measurement, whatever it may be, is there's some companies that can promise into the aisle down to a very, very small margin. That may be a little bit wasteful, and then there's others again that go into 100 meters, so that's a little bit wasteful as well. I think what we need to do is, with the standardization and looking at the value of that proximity. So is the inventory real? What's the throwaway? We see things sometimes where 85% of the inventory doesn't really fit the criteria of what we're looking for. So whereas other vendors, maybe 35 to 40% of it is actually what we're looking for. So there's still a bit of a discrepancy in terms of what we need to reach an objective and what we're getting back. So there's the transparency, the honesty in the inventory being true to proximity. But then there's also the data. How many data sources are we looking at? The world of proximity right now is grown from when it was just, let's say, hot, Wi-Fi targeting in a Starbucks years ago, or geofencing a quarter of a mile outside of a store. It's become more sophisticated. The data is driving it, but what data sources are we using? What inventory sources are we using? Where's the cutoff in terms of, are we measuring 100 meters? Or are we measuring by feet? So in order to get there, whether it be the MMA, the IAB, I think they're working on it, but I think we need to come to a solution on standardization.